never talk about your life in terms of, if you want to teach if you've been through something and you want to tell a story so you can teach someone, or you can give them an advice, then yes, you can tell them something. But don't try and tell people. I've heard this many times, and sometimes when I listen to these individuals, that impression that I had in the beginning, oh, he's a nice chap and all that, he's a nice fellow, or he's a nice person. And the moment I hear, after a while, we spend some time together, and I hear, they come to me. So if we work together or something like that, and then they come to me, they say, oh, these people don't know who I am. They all like, I'm gonna show them who I am. They don't know that in the past I've done this, I've done that. They think they can do this to me. And I think to myself, like, you've literally, whatever respect you had I had for you, that point onwards, I can't see you the same. I can't see you the same anymore, because if you're telling me these things is something that I don't, as an individual, I don't like these things. I like a person that is humble. I like a person that, I don't like people like this. I'm going to show them who I am. I'm going to tell them, who do they think they are? They can tell me this. How do you know the story of those people? How do you know that you are a very interesting person? How do you know that your stories are better than theirs? Just because they don't share their stories doesn't mean that your stories are better than their stories, or you are something more important than they are. At the end of the day, we're all equal here. We're all the same. We're all here to work, to make money, go home, feed our families, and that's it. So when you say, so when I hear people saying this, that is something that I don't want to hear from an individual. Keep it to yourself, whatever you've done in the past. And when you talk about things, don't talk about, this is another thing I realized when I speak to some individuals. If we have a conversation about general things, right? And they always turn that conversation around so they can talk about themselves. Oh, when I bought my house, I said, well, people are struggling. Young people, youth are struggling to buy a house nowadays because the prices are getting too expensive to buy a house, right? Oh, well, it's true, yeah. And then they say, oh, well, yeah, it's true. When I bought my house, it was 19,000. I have sold it for 150,000. Well, who cares, mate? We don't talk about you. We talk about, like, in general. Like, you don't have to come. Everything has to come to him. And then he says, and then and then me and my second wife, or my first wife, and then we bought the house, and then it was this, and then we bought the second house, and then we sold it from 150 to we sold it for 300,000, and we made so much profit. And I've got the money in the bank now. I can just relax. Mate, we were talking about youth here. We're not talking about you. We're not talking about the fact that you just made. No, we're talking about youth. So can we go back to the same conversation? Can we go back to the original subject? Don't talk about this one thing, Try and help people when you speak about things. Don't speak about yourself. That I bought this house, I've done this, and I've done that. So, because in the end, it doesn't matter. You're not helping with anything that you made so much money. You're not helping the youth by telling them that you've done this and you've done that. No, give them an advice. Help them with something. Look, I know the situation is hard now. Right, well, what can we do? Let's make a calculation. Let's see, right, how much is a house? What do you want? You want a 2-bedroom, is 110,000, right? You need 10%, 11,000. Right, if you save this much money every month, in 2-3 years, you can have that deposit. This is the only way you have, son. Do this. Not tell them about the fact that, oh, you bought your house. Because you're not helping with anything. So don't talk about you, and then talk about who you are and what you've done in the past, because you're not going to help anyone. So if you want to hear more videos, subscribe and I'll just make more videos.